So we're going to start the systems video 4. If you want to go ahead, there is steps for your Inspire, page 15, and you can tear that out because it's going to help you when using your calculator to solve the system. So we've already talked about systems with graphing, so let's go ahead and define it one more time. What is a system of equations? It's two equations graphed together. Let me scoot that up. So for each equation, remember when we're writing them, you need to make sure that there's two variables, three numbers, and an equal sign. All right? So you need to make sure that there's two variables, three numbers, and an equal sign. So let's look at the first example. At a bakery, Riley bought 3 bagels and 2 muffins for, 4 is an equals word, $7.25. Karen bought 6 bagels and 4 muffins for $14.50. So let's write the system of equations. We have 3b plus 2m, so I'm going to call bagels b and muffins m is equal to $7.25. Then for Karen, she has 6 bagels plus 4 muffins is equal to $14.50. So what is the solution? So this is the new part today. We're going to use our calculator to help us answer the questions. Let me move it so we can get both. So following the steps that are on page 15, the solving with the calculator, the Inspire, step 1, get through that, says we're going to go, we go to new document. If you want to save, say no. Step 1 goes to add calculator. Step 2 says hit menu, choose algebra, scroll down to solve system of linear equations. Step 4 says check your variables. Well, I'm calling my variables b and m, so say b, comma, m. Then we're going to go down. Remember, there's no spaces between the b and the m. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see. B and m, hit OK. So it comes up with this LinSolve. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in the two equations just like they're written now using the variables. So it's 3b plus 2m equals 7.25. Arrow down. Enter your second equation. 6b plus 4m equals 14.5. And then you hit enter. So if you look, this is what we got. Our answer has this weird looking answer. It has that C1 in it. So what that means is in our calculator, if it has a C1, is that it is all real numbers. That's the infinite solutions, okay? Infinite solutions. It means that we have the same line. All right, when we graph it, it means we have the same line. So explain the meaning of your solution according to the situation. So what that means is that our bagels and our muffins cost the same amount of money. So bagels and muffins cost the same amount of money. Because if we had gotten an answer back, it would have been at B, comma, M, so it would have meant that our bagels cost $2 and our muffins cost $3. But because we got this, meaning it's infinite solutions, it means that all of our bagels and muffins cost the same amount of money. So let's turn to the back. So we'll be on page 18. Let's look at our example up in the top. Says a studio apartment at the Oaks costs $400 per month, so $400 per month, that's our X, plus a $350 deposit. A studio apartment at Crossroads costs $400 per month, that's my X, plus a $300 deposit. So if we do 400x plus 350, that's equal to my total. I'm going to say y. 400 amount per month plus a $300 deposit is equal to the second y for Crossroads. So it says write your system, which we just did. So then they say, what is the solution? So we're going to go back to our calculator. We're going to do, make sure you can see, menu, scroll down to algebra, solve system of linear. So menu 3-2. We're still using our variables x and y, so go down to OK. And then we have 400x plus 350 equals y. Then type in your second equation, 400x plus 300 equals y. So this one is no solution found. So it says no solution found, which means that our lines never cross, so this is an empty set. Okay, an empty set. Our lines never cross, so they have the same slope. They're parallel. Our parallel lines. You can tell from the slope. So explain the meaning. If no solution is found, what it means for this is that you'll never end up paying the same amount. If we had found a solution, it's looking for what month do your apartments cost the same amount of money. But because they never cross, there's an empty set for our solution, it means the apartments never cost the same amount of money. So let's look at our last one, example 3. If you need to pause it so you have enough time to write it down, that's fine. All right, so looking at example 3. A coin purse was turned into lost and found that had a mixture of nickels and quarters. So hopefully by now we've had enough problems that we realize that we're looking at a money problem and our topics are going to be nickels and quarters. There are 7 less quarters than nickels. All right, so 7 less means minus 7 than our nickels. So we can say Q, there are 7 less quarters than nickels, so Q is equal to N. When Miss McCullough counted all the coins, the final cost was $3.05. So if our total cost was $3.05, we have quarters worth 0.25 Q plus nickels 0.05 N is equal to $3.05. So then to go back to there were 7 less quarters than nickels. So there's 7 less quarters. So that means that there's fewer quarters. So it's going to be N minus 7 is equal to Q. So if we go back to our calculator and do where everybody can see, menu, algebra, solve linear equations, a system. We're going to change it this time to Q, comma, N and hit OK. Then we're going to type it in, 0.25 Q plus 0.05 N is equal to 3.05. And then N minus 7 is equal to Q. Where's Q? There's Q. Hit enter. So for once, we finally got back a solution. It's 9, 16. So my solution, if we were to graph both of the lines, would be 9, 16 would be where they cross. So to see what belongs where, we look back at what we typed into the calculator. It's Q, comma, N. So that means it's 9, 16. So the Q goes over the 9 and the N goes over the 16. So what does this mean? It means that we will have, if this is our totals, we will have 9 quarters and 16 nickels. Okay, that's how many of each coin we will have. So then it says how many quarters were in the coin purse. So remember, you put plus all the way in the right-hand side. We're going to say 9. So you would shade in the plus, shade in the 9. How many nickels? It's plus 16. Shade in the plus. Come over here, shade in 1, and shade in 16. Then you'll have your totals.